Hello, I'm David Harding from Analysys Mason. The topic of this video digest is the future of communication services. To share his views and thoughts, I'm joined by Stephen Sale. Stephen is Practice Head Consumer Services at Analysys Mason. So Stephen, what are some of the major trends in communication services at the moment?
So on the operator side, the main area of activity is voice over LTE rollouts and Wi-Fi calling deployments. The main driver of voice over LTE is reuse of valuable spectrum for data services, and there are also some longer term cost saving considerations. There are some purported benefits for end users, but these are basically nice to have rather than drivers of deployment. For Wi-Fi calling, there's a very clear concrete benefit, and that's improved indoor coverage, and that's well understood by CFO and CMO alike.
Okay, but there's other players, right? It's not just all about operators.
Absolutely, it's the app providers who are providing most of the impetus in the market, and operators are chasing them largely. So WhatsApp is the biggest player and dominant in many markets. The voice service has been available for quite a long time and is really starting to be established now. In November, it added to the feature set with video calling, so that's an important move. Google has long underperformed in this market, and Google released two new apps back in September. There's the Allo app, which is the messaging app, and the innovation there is pretty interesting. It adds machine intelligence to the user experience, as well as a voice assistant, so that shifts the game a little bit. The other app that it launched in September was Duo, which is a video calling app, a bit like FaceTime, only cross-platform. But apps aside, probably the biggest trend, or development rather, is on the operating system side. And Android N and iOS 10 both allow developers of third-party apps to integrate much more closely with the OS. So, for example, if you receive a WhatsApp message, you can respond directly from within the Android notification screen, or from you could use the Siri voice assistant on Apple platforms. So basically, this erodes the difference between the native experience and the experience of using a third-party app.
So, I mean, those developments sound interesting, but where does that leave RCS?
Well, yes, good question. So Google has been active in RCS. So obviously Google joined the operator initiative beginning of last year. The RCS client is now available on the Play Store, so that's a big development, and that client is being rolled out in partnership with carriers. The first announcements have come from the US. Sprint announced in November, but we expect to see many more deployments and announcements in the run-up to MWC. The challenge, however, is, as I mentioned, that the default messaging client is eroding in value. So, though it's rather late in the day, Google and the telcos have little choice but to try to maximise the value from that platform. But it's a contested market. It's a proposition that's already well developed by WeChat and Line in Asia. But also Facebook and WhatsApp elsewhere.
Okay, so I mean, are there any other major trends that we should be looking out for in communication services?
Well, yeah, I mean, a related trend, and there's been a lot of excitement around this, is application-to-person messaging. So, in contrast to person-to-person messaging, and this is mainly it's used by enterprises to communicate with customers either as marketing outreach or customer service. So an example would be being notified when a taxi's arrived, or being sent a message with a link to a ticket, that kind of thing. And it's a growth industry. There are use cases emerging, new verticals are being targeted, and there's a lot of excitement there. Traffic is growing and revenues are growing, so of course there's interest. A big question here is how the value will split across the platforms, whether that be legacy SMS, which is a big established business, but also alternative platforms, whether they be from the operators or from the established providers like Facebook. So that's something that we're going to be looking at a lot in 2017 in the Future Comms Research Programme.
Great. Well, look, thank you very much for sharing your views. Great insight into communication services. Thank you as well for watching this video digest, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Goodbye.